Hello and welcome back to my channel. For today's video we're going to be making a handmade birthday card using just watercolors and some cardstock paper. These are the colors we are using. I'm using the Primer Marketing Watercolor Confection series. This is the Tropicals palette. And for the brush I'm using the Princeton Art Size 4 round brush. As you can see, I have already made a very light sketch of the balloons and the lettering that we're going to be doing on this card. It's just a dual chrome painting. I've just used a blue and gold from the Kansai Tambi Starry Night series. I really love the gold in this palette. All the colors are really beautiful. I especially like to use the yellow gold, the red gold in my paintings. So you can drop in some water onto the golden paints palette to reactivate the paints, or you can spray some water on it using a misting bottle. And in the meanwhile, I'm starting with this navy blue on the balloons. I apply a light wash of the paint first, and then making sure that it stays wet, I add on some more paint. I just drop in the heavily pigmented color into areas while it's still wet, and I let the colors bleed into the paint. Now for the next balloon, I think I'll go for a teal color, so I have used the same navy blue and mixed in a little bit of that green. You can also try mixing in a little bit of yellow and just make a few swatches on another piece of paper before you paint onto the main card. So that way you can select your colors. You can also do mixing of these colors and make a small swatch card before you begin with the painting. But I kind of like to go along with it. I also like that there were a few different tones of blue in the entire card. When you're applying the blue, also make sure that not all areas are uniformly tinted. It's nice to have some areas slightly lighter, and maybe you can have all the shadows on one side of the balloon, so it kind of looks better that way. And with that, the balloons are pretty much complete. Now we can move on to the lettering. Here I have used the Sakura Pentouch oil-based calligraphy marker, which has a chisel tip, so it makes it easier to do the block letters. But you can also just use your brush along with the Kansai Tambi colors for the golden lettering. Either way, it's totally up to you. You can even use just a black marker, anything basically that you're comfortable doing lettering with. So now for the birthday, the word birthday, I'm using a liner brush from the same series of brushes. It was actually a set of brushes that I got. I bought it from Amazon. And for brush lettering this word, I'm going to be using the two colors that I use for the balloons. One is the blue and one is the teal. So I'm going to be alternating between these two colors as I make each stroke on this word. So that adds a really dynamic look to the word, and I really love how the colors blend in throughout the lettering. Now on to adding the base for the card, I'm going to be using this blue cardstock paper from this paper pad that I got. It's from Taylor Rowney, and I actually got it on one of my trips to Bahrain. So this is something that I've used a lot in my card making projects. I love all the really bright colors in this paper pad. Now just stick on that beautiful piece of watercolor art that you've created onto your cardstock base, and voila, you're done. Oh wait, Right, I also added some finishing touches like these drops of gold all over the card. I'm just using the backside of my brush handle, dipping it in a little bit of paint and then just stamping on the dots. And this time it's actually done. Your beautiful card is ready to be gifted to your loved one.